Maryknoll Fathers and Brothers presents Voices of Our World.
You went to Juarez. You went to see what our border team does between El Paso and Juarez, Mexico. What was that like for you? Because this was the first time you got your feet wet.
Yes, it was the first time I had the opportunity to experience mission, and it was very profound for me because I was able to touch and feel and talk with those that we serve in these countries where people are not as fortunate as we are in the United States, and to experience the human dignity that these people possess and the faith that carries them through some of the difficult times that they face was really quite life-altering for me. It really touched me deeply.
Yes, I think it was a good idea to visit in place, because we can have an idea in our heads of what mission is about, but it's really human relations. And I think it's so important that people be able to see that, like, we serve these people, but they also serve us. And we learn a lot from them, and it's a mutual give and take. And so it was a good idea, and also I think that Ciudad Juarez questions a lot of our understandings of the world. I think, and I think that there are understandings that are a basis of mission today also. So I think it's a good place to visit.
Sure.
And what's very frustrating is through Father Paul and Father Bill and Father Jack and the lay missioners,
Jim Weaver and
Karen Halberg, we really made an impact in Ciudad Juarez. If that effort were to stop, it would really backtrack to a great degree, because it's still in its formation stages. Yes. Through Father Paul's work, he has begun to plant the seeds of church and community and parish and catechetical programs, and that's growing and rooting. However, it's still a very young shoot, and to stop that at this point in time runs the risk of having that all be for nothing and for all of it to disappear. These people are devout, and they are trying very much to create and sustain a Christian community, but they need the help to continue doing that and to make sure it's cemented in place.
I mean, it's in one sense the border is, people pass by. It's not real. They can build a 40-foot fence. Now they have a 20-foot fence. But that's not, I mean, people get by and get through and back and forth. For example, people work in the United States. There's not a family in the United States that doesn't have something made in Mexico, especially along the border, in their house. Right. I'm sure of that, or in their car, because that's where the cheap labor is. Right. And if it's not in Mexico, it's in China or Indonesia or India. So we live in a global society, but we live in an unjust global society. And so I think that's another aspect of mission. How can we improve this communication and improve also the people that are really hampered by this? I mean, the family we went to visit, their house floods if it rains a lot in Ciudad Juarez, because there is not an infrastructure for families. Right. Yeah. The infrastructure is for the factories. They have a big dam so these factories won't flood, but the families flood. The houses flood.
Will you go on another mission trip?
Oh, absolutely. I was planning to go to mission this year. In any case, I ended up cutting it out of our budget because of our cutbacks in our expenditures this year based on the economic climate. Yeah. So I didn't really feel comfortable spending the airfare and the expense to go to Africa or Asia. And then when Father Masson came to New York, I mentioned in passing that to save some money, I'd love to go to a closer mission. And he graciously
When do you want to go?
graciously volunteered. A part of it, I think, had to do with him wanting to see his old parishioners again, but I was happy to go along for that ride, and I learned a great deal.